What's going on, everybody? It's 12 o'clock. Charlie, what's going on? How are you doing?
Glad to be out. Need a haircut. Really, really bad.
I'm not going to lie.
I need a haircut. I swear.
You've signed that petition for the hairdressers?
Yes,
they can get back to work?
Yes, that needs to be essential. Ready for a haircut.
I can stop by Rhett's house and go get that Flowbee. We can probably get that Flowbee and cut your hair that way.
I'm about down to getting Dana with the salad bowl and the scissors like did you the kid and just kind of spin me around.
You just need to do like me and just shave it all. Look, and just get rid of it all. We're a week past that, right? We did that last week?
So you're getting a little peach fuzz there.
I finally have a 5 o'clock shadow, so I'm happy to have a 5 o'clock shadow a week later, I'm growing out the beard. I got to look like Georgia Boy here again soon.
Speaking of that, we got somebody out. Come over here real quick.
Say hi, Georgia Boy. Yeah, that's right.
Finally got Georgia Boy out of the house. We got to come over here.
Right here in the middle.
Wave real quick.
There I am.
There I am. He got out a little bit. Okay, go sit back down there.
He's got his attorney Fran Haas shirt on, which is awesome.
There you go. So
we're social distancing him from everybody because
thanks for the ride Sunday.
That's right. That was a good ride. We went down and saw Chris at the Coastie Kitchen, right? You guys went down and saw that?
Nice little ride.
That was a good ride. You guys, I rode with you down there. Did you hear I ended up blowing my fork seals on my bike? Yeah.
You blowed them up?
I blew my fork seals on my bike coming back. But you guys actually went down and saw Chris at Coastie Cooking, and that was pretty awesome. And I actually went to my grandfather's 92nd birthday. This is pretty cool. We're going to roll a little video here. We're going to talk over it. But because he's 92 and he's been kind of a little afraid of the, the virus and everything, we set this up where the truck came and everybody drove by. And instead of stopping, everybody made signs. They said, happy 92nd birthday. Look at him. He sat there with his fedora on. And everybody went by honking. We told the neighbors and everything like that. It was... What is that? I don't know what that first part is.
I have no clue, but you had the video truck come by and say happy birthday, Pops, and all that good stuff.
So we gave everybody cupcakes as they went by, individually wrapped cupcakes, of course, Hostess one, so they got a piece of pie or cake, and he sat there and, that's my grandfather right there. He has not stopped talking about it since. Let me tell you, he thought it was the coolest thing. There must have been 40 cars there, and some people went twice, and it was the neighbors sat outside, he sat outside. It was a beautiful day. 92 years old, that's my grandfather, and that was awesome. I mean...
He's going to outlive us all.
Yes, he is, isn't he? And he's still smart as a tack, man, I'm telling you. He is, he definitely... He's gotten up and downs lately because of the health, and he's never... the guy's never... He's 92, and he's spent like maybe one day in a hospital in his entire life.
He's a tough old buzzard, that's for sure.
There's no doubt about that.
And he says he hates old people.
He does. He's like, I don't like old people. That's what's wrong with him.
And still goes out and plays golf every now and again, right?
I wish. He hasn't played golf in a while. He's struggling with that. But, I mean, we took him out not too long ago, and I think he rode with us when we did 9 holes. Speaking of golf, I got a story about golf. I went golfing, was it Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday with my dad.
Yeah.
And I was this far away from a hole-in-one. I literally hit a shot. It rolled over the hole and stopped from me to you away from it, man.
Yeah.
It was the best shot I ever had. Now, I'm normally taking 8s, or DNFs, did not finish, or 8s. I'm not the best golfer. I like golfing. But it was a little par 3, and I hit the crap out of it with a 7-iron, and literally, game of inches, man. I've always counted. It's just like my life. Game of inches, I came up 2 inches short. No?
About yeah.
I'm trying it.
I've had one hole-in-one. It was on a little par 3 course down in Sarasota one time.
You had a hole-in-one? Really?
Yeah, but they were all par 3s.
Yeah, whatever. A little pitch and putt,
yeah. And we couldn't find the ball, and somebody said, you look in the hole? Went look at the hole, and there was a ball in there. So we didn't even know it went in.
Wow.
We were searching like all the sand traps and everything else.
That's where I'm normally at.
And somebody like, did you look in the hole? We looked at the hole, and there it was.
That's awesome. Wow, I don't even have a
They gave me a little certificate and everything.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I was super excited. I just hit it that close to the pin. I was like, all right, I'm happy as crap. But I've been golfing a little bit. It's nice social distancing. You can do that, and still they make you. Everybody has their own cart, which is nice. You don't have to, buddy up with somebody. And I enjoy golfing.
And the good thing is, if some of the driving ranges are open, you can still go out and drive a few balls, keep your social distancing, get a little exercise, things like that.
Listen, you know what? We're to the point with this whole situation that everything's going to start opening back up here. I know what they just say, phase 1 or something like that, and you know what? It's time, and the hospitals are ready. That was one thing, though. If we're not ready at the hospitals for hundreds of people to get sick right away, well, now I think we are. So now we can switch that around and go, okay, let's get out there, make people wear masks, make people, do what they got to do, and get out there and get businesses going again. Money needs to flow. Things need to happen. God, I hate not seeing myself with a beard. I look at all these pictures, and I'm like, man, where's my goatee back? I wish I had it. I got to hide this guy right here.
Yep, you got it.
Oh, maybe I'll just pull it back. It doesn't work either, does it? So, speaking of covering faces and stuff like that, Fran Hosh has actually sent out some face masks to a bunch of people, and everybody's using them. They did this. This has the buttons on them. I thought these were great. Because think about the ear fatigue, having those things around your ears that you're not normally used to. So what they did was they have their what do they call those, masks or covers or face covers or whatever, and they put buttons on them so they're not hurting the nurse's ears. And then I saw some Walmart employees that they posted a picture that some Walmart employees are wearing them, staying safe, but that's awesome. They're wearing a Fran Hosh face masks because, hey, we got to keep everybody who's out there who's still essential safe. But I think this essential, non-essential thing is definitely go to the wayside May 1st. Things have to open. Things have to get going. As much as everybody's like, oh, we're not ready, then the world's not ready yet. There's a second phase, blah, blah, blah. Listen, at this point, it has to come to a point where we have to get back to work. You know what I mean? So that has to happen. We got to get the world working again, right, Charlie?
Oh yeah, we got to get back going. Of course, I'm on my daughter's Facebook. There she is with her. So she works in the ER in Louisiana at Rapides Regional Medical Center. She's the information person.
They've blown up a little bit there. They've had a
well, she already had to be
increase.
quarantined for 2 weeks because she had come in contact with someone who had, but her tests come back negative and everything else. But she is back to work, and what she does is she gets all your information. She comes around with the little laptop computer and does all that, but she's in school and all, so she's doing her full-time working in school and a mother or two. So she's going to get married on her birthday in December.
Wow, that's a lot going on there.
Yes, it is.
That's awesome. I know you just recently got in contact with her again, and
yeah.
I think it's great. You're on the way to Sturgis. You're actually going to stop by and see her, right?
Yep, going to see her and the 2 grandkids, and of course she's been sending me kids and saying the grandson's like me, he has issues.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
don't give him power, anything with a motor on it. Is that how this works?
Yeah, especially whenever she don't fix him his midnight snack, he's standing there crying with his belly hanging out.
So
she put just like his dad when there's no food around.
That's too funny. Well, you're going to stop by and see her on the way to Sturgis, which is a nice segue into what we're going to talk about. I had a call this morning from Marilyn Stump and Woody, who owns Buffalo Chips, South Dakota.
Yep.
And I don't mean he owns Buffalo Chip area. He owns the city of Buffalo Chip, South Dakota. We had a conversation with them, and they were asking how things were going with us. And I said, we are gung-ho, man. We're still planning on going. Don't know if anybody wants to do the trip with us. That's definitely in the magazine. We have some information here we're going to put on screen for you that we're going to do a trip from Florida.
There you go.
Right there. And we're leaving here, and we're going to have a trailer behind. If you want to ride, we're going to do this group ride together. Again, with everything going on, I don't see anybody jumping up to do that right now. But let's get a month or two, going, and say June, July. If you guys want to do this, we're definitely going to do it. If not, then you're going to go take the bikes, and I'll fly out there and meet you.
Yep.
We'll do it that way too.
And if you don't want to do the ride, you just want to come out to Buffalo Chip. Call the number. Tell them we want to camp in the Full Throttle area. So even if you don't want to do the ride, if you're going to already be out there, you want to be out there, call that number 605-347-9000.
9,000.
Tell them, hey, I want to camp with the guys from Full Throttle Magazine. They'll set you up right there.
Well, first they'll ask why. And be like, why would you want to hang out with them?
Yeah, why would you want to hang out? But, and it don't matter where you're from in the country. If you see that, you want to come out, be with us. They do have a limited number of full hookups in that area. But if you want to do the dry camping or bring your generator with your camper and all that good stuff.
And we got room. If you want us to bring, if we go with the group, we can bring it too.
Yep.
That's part of
So if you want to travel with Tony Fallon or anything, you can do that.
That's not the end of the world. We can actually take people's stuff if we take a trailer. And you could just fly up and not have to carry all your crap, and then we could take it back for probably some nominal fee for gas or something.
So,
because if you're going to fly up, we could take your stuff with you so you could camp. Who's calling me right now?
And this year maybe what we can do is rob the tent pole pile if they have another storm come through, to where we can fix some of our tents that have broken poles.
That was interesting. There was Charlie and I have been there for a couple of years now, and we've been through 2 or 3 different storms, haven't we?
Our first year, it rained so much that me and Dew had to sleep in the truck. You slept through the storm and woke up, and folks, he was on his blow-up mattress floating in the water.
I put all my stuff on my blow-up mattress, and because I knew, and I said, okay, I could feel water giving, and it's dripping on me, and I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I heard these guys go running there, and I said, do I want to sleep in a truck with 2 other dudes, or do I just stay in this wet tent? And I said, okay, get all my stuff on top of the air mattress. I woke up and I could hear it sloshing. I'm like,
you were floating off.
Sloshing? What is this? So I put my feet down, and it had a good inch or 2 of water.
Yep.
And I said, oh well, that's when we took the U-Haul trailer.
Yep. And then last year, 2 years ago, me and Georgia Boy and Mike sat through a storm. We was holding the tents, and I kept asking Mike how much longer, and he kept saying 10 minutes more.
I remember doing paperwork at the bike show one time, and it was blowing the paperwork all over. I said, I can't take this. It was driving me insane.
And if you see a storm coming, it's coming. Because Tony was like, oh, no, because across the plains, you can see it for miles. Oh, no, it's not coming here. 10 minutes later, we were holding on to tents. And remember, we had the tent tied to the back of your truck.
It was lifting up the truck. Do you remember? It was lifting the truck up. The back end of the truck, we're like, oh, my goodness, this is fun.
But
it didn't hail, at least.
But they have done a lot of work at Buffalo Chip. They've moved the bike show more to where the Jaeger stage used to sit now. He kind of built a whole show center right there. So it's really great. They moved that stage inside the bar now.
Oh, really?
Remember that?
Yeah.
And so the stage is in there.
What do they call that out there? What's that called out front? Oh, God. If I would have...
It's the free area, but I can't remember exactly.
If I wouldn't have asked you, I would have remembered what it's called. But that's out front where we camped the first time we went out, the second time we went out there.
Yep.
And, we have a lot of fun out in Sturgis. And I'll tell you, nothing beats the riding in Sturgis. In Daytona, you go downtown, you walk the bars, you have a good time. Sturgis, you jump on the bikes and you ride. You ride to, Needles Highway. You ride to Custer State Park. You ride to Rushmore. You go do the riding is just phenomenal out in Sturgis. And what's crazy is, what they say, 2 or 3 weeks after Sturgis last year, 2 or 3 weeks, they had 6 inches of snow.
Yep.
I mean, I'm talking, that's a small window to have that event there when you know it's going to snow sooner than later,
And none of the bands have canceled.
No,
none of the bands have canceled. ZZ Top, everybody's still full on.
Again, I talked to Woody this morning at 10:30. They called me 8:30 their time, and they said all bands are on, everything's go. Of course, it's not going to be as big as expected. It's not going to be the millions like it's been in the past, but I think it's still going to be a very good turnout, and we're going to be there, right?
Yep. They opened up some of the racetracks. They decided not to have fans there right at the last minute, but they've started their racing out there already, start preliminaries and all that. Of course, right across from Buffalo Chips where they still race up the hill and all that good stuff.
The hill climb, right?
Yeah, and you can actually sit in our camping area and watch that happen because it's just on the other side. So we're right there.
I had to get rid of Suzuka. We'd take that up that hill climb. I think it could make it.
We're going to do Georgia Boy's trike up.
Oh, yeah? We'd take the trike up that hill climb? I don't know. We might have to...
So, but the reason they don't want... a lot of people, they need to count. That area, that money has to last them, the city of Sturgis, a whole year. And they're afraid if they do, just say, hey, you know what, we're going to postpone a year. That region won't survive without that money coming in.
Agreed.
I mean, we're talking like $1.2 billion comes in. And that is why they've kind of got their fangs stuck in and say, hey, we're going to find a way to do this.
Charlie, we're in the thing right now. The world won't survive if we don't get money back in. You know what I mean?
Got to.
And I don't know. I was talking last night, and I kind of seen this a couple times. You see the Las Vegas mayor talk about it? Did you see that video?
But did you see the videos of Las Vegas from the NFL draft yesterday? It was ghost town. There's dust blowing down Las Vegas Boulevard.
Well, they went to the mayor, and I guess they interviewed the mayor, and they were talking. They were making her look like an idiot, and I just don't agree with it. I think it is time to open stuff up. It is time to get things back to normal. It is. We need to find normal. We need to find our new normal. And sitting here scared of something that's affecting, certain people, demographics, genders, races, religions, whatever, it's certain. It's really not affecting healthy-bodied people as much as we think.
Nobody wants us to find a cure more than you and I do. I mean, if we had the magic, I want to do it. But unfortunately, I tell people coronavirus is like your brother-in-law sleeping on your couch. It's here to stay. It's not going anywhere.
No, it's not. We're going to have a virus. We're going to have a
we
shot
gotta learn
for it
to
every
live
year,
with
just
it,
like
yep.
the flu shot.
Yeah, we're going to have a flu shot, whether it's a shot of Clorox or whatever they're going to do. You know, it's
Shot of Clorox. Put some. What is it? What was the Greek movie? Put some Windex on it.
put some Windex on it.
Put
And
some
let's
Windex.
go.
Just put some Windex on it.
Rub a little dirt
you know?
on it and let's go, you know. But that, and so we're going to have to learn to get back to life and back to crowds. We can't be afraid of each other like everybody. Dana and I went to Walmart, and you'd walk up on somebody and it was,
I can't get that. I don't like when people treat you like you have the plague. That's the one thing that bothers me more than anything is when you walk up on them and they're like, I ain't got the plague. If I had the plague, you'd know. I mean, I'd be sick and sweaty and coughing, and if I did, I wouldn't be outside. You know what I mean? Don't treat me. And I get it. That's how we have to treat people. I understand. And the problem, my problem with life right now is I understand it all. I just don't like it.
No.
I understand it. I just don't like it. I don't want to accept it. And that's the hard thing for me is accepting these answers that we have to accept. And the government telling us what we can do and what we can't do. And I know that's bad, but I mean.
And Laura Joe said we're supposed to do Vegas for your birthday this year. So.
That's right. We were supposed to do Vegas for my birthday, but we'll have to plan for another Vegas trip. I gotta, if we can ever find money again, I'll go out there and have to only play the penny slots. That's all I could afford.
I think they said Wynn's Resort is going to be the first to open back up and try to get things rolling. Yeah. And that's a beautiful resort out there we've never been. So.
All of them are. They've been trying to build that one that's going to be. They have one coming up that's going to be, and I forget what it's called, but rooms and areas are going to be different parts of the world. Yeah. Like you're going to have a Hawaii area, and you're going to have each areas are going to be different, and then the rooms are going to be into that motif and everything. I thought it was kind of cool, the idea of that whole. And I forget that one that's coming up.
Yeah, and so it's
Deadwood. Trina Massa was talking about Deadwood, Devil's Tower. That's right, Needles Highway. Trina's got a bike in the show right there. Hey, while Trina's there and we're talking about that, I like these segues. These are pretty good. I'm kind of flowing with these segues. There's Dale Lamson, Devil's Tower, Badlands.
Yep.
Devil's Tower's a good ride, though. I mean, I get it. It's just a long, flat ride. You could see Devil's Tower from an hour and a half away.
When we go this year,
it just takes an hour and a half to get to it, and you're like, ugh.
Well, when we go this year, we're taking you a different way that you haven't been. We're taking you past Full Throttle Saloon, out that way and around.
Oh, up on the prairies, up way up high when you're. So that's a different world, man. You get up there on the prairies, and you're elevated for some reason from the rest of the world. It's like you're riding the ridge of the world. I don't know how to say it like that without sounding cliche. But when you're riding, everything else to your left is down and mountainous, and to the right it's just flat. It's as flat as it gets. It's like, well, there's where it ends, and that's where where everything starts going down. And I went that way before, actually. Up through Wyoming?
Yep.
That takes you through Wyoming.
Into Wyoming, a little town of Wyoming. But there's a little saloon you pass by out there, and when you make sure you bring Sharpies with you because you can sign the walls and tables and everything else while you're out there.
Let's ask our viewers, what happens in Hewlett?
Hewlett, all right.
Let's not. You know what happens in Hewlett? On Wednesday? Is it Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday?
Well,
let's see if you guys know. What happens in Hewlett? There's Tracy. How's it going,
Wyoming,
Tracy Fisher? Lori, Trina. Let's see. And during Sturgis, something specific happens in a town called Hewlett, Wyoming.
Hewlett, Wyoming.
And let's see if anybody can answer what happens in Hewlett, Wyoming. It's pretty fun, actually. But anyway, we're talking with Trina. Trina's got a bike. She's the second time she's done our show, our online bike show. We got some stuff we're going to bring up on the screen. But we've done our online bike show now twice. And we're going to do another one starting May 1st. That's going to be our third installment of our online bike show. This one has gotten a lot of people. Entries, we didn't have any antique entries. So we have a class with no bikes in it. We didn't have a number 4 because there was no antique bikes, but we got bikes in every other one. I appreciate everybody who, number 1, paid to be in it, and you're helping us survive, and I appreciate that wholeheartedly, $20 to be in the show. And then just the people that are going on and liking. We have jumped in 300 people in the last 2 days since I put these pictures up of people going and voting. You can see we had a bagger class, non-bagger, street stock. Our 4th didn't have any antiques, which was kind of upsetting. I love the antiques. Ladies, trike, custom paint, metric, and anything goes. And we're going to do this again. Let's see.
Our Toby up there. Hey, Toby, what's happening,
Toby,
man?
what's going on? Toby might know. what happens in Hewlett, the town of Hewlett? There's a something Wednesday or
Well,
something.
we got our
something
first
Tuesday.
guest.
Was a rodeo? Nope.
Rodeo.
It's not a
no,
rodeo.
Not a rodeo.
I'm not even going to give a hint. It's no something. No something in Hewlett, Wyoming. Online bikini. Tom,
Online bikini
there's
contest.
Tom, what's going on? He just won the bike night, the bike of the night. He put a picture up with Michelle. And
no, Tom, it's not an online bikini contest in
Although-
Hewlett, Wyoming.
we should be doing that, you know? Hey, there's Christine liking a 5 o'clock shadow. Only
Yeah.
took me a week to grow a 5 o'clock shadow here, Chris. That's the bad thing, you know?
Christine, I got to have my hair cut sometime. Holy cow, I'm getting woolly.
There's Janet. What's going on, Trina? There it is. Trina got it.
Trina got it.
No Panties Wednesday.
No panties.
So they
Wednesday,
do a
yeah.
No Panties Wednesday in Hewlett, Wyoming during Sturgis, and we actually went out there. When I rode out there in 2010, we went out there with the God, what was that? Full Throttle out of St. Louis.
St. Louis.
And they also owned an adult establishment, which made it a lot of fun. So that was they had a pole in the back of the truck, and we had a great time. That was one of the memorable trips that I went on in my life. I talked about it last week, where I made it in the middle of nowhere, and I ended up in Vegas. And you know, all roads seem to lead to Vegas for me. That's not good, is it? We have fun with it.
Yep, you know, if you like to play poker, so
I do, and you know what? I've been sitting here. Is anybody else that? I mean, I know maybe gambling is whatever you look at it, good or bad, but I like poker and I play poker occasionally. I definitely think I'm a little better than most with poker, and I just been missing the game, man. I'm missing if anybody, you know, I know I've seen a couple of house games, but I'm not taking that chance.
But going back to the No Panties Wednesday, Hewlett, the gentleman who used to run Peggy's Corral,
owns a place up there, right? Or
he
works
runs
at a place?
runs a place there in Hewlett, and it's a nice little stop, and I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry. We'd have to.
Christine, that is just, she's so mean. She said, too bad your back hair grows back quicker. I've had to shave that twice since I shaved my beard. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Now, Tom said online bikini contest. Now, I was trying to figure this out. How do you do it? I'm all open for trying to do this. One suggestion I had was, you have girls. Now, one thing we're doing is trying to raise money for Full Throttle Magazine since there's not a lot of advertising going on. So we're trying to figure that out as well. Maybe this one doesn't bring money for Full Throttle. But what if there was a tip? What if each girl that entered the bikini contest had a Venmo or a GoFundMe or something where you could track it? You know, GoFundMe, you could track it and see how much is in there at a certain time.
That or
So that what they would have to do is
Or Cash
supply
App or
us with
something,
they supply us with a video, maybe a 30-second or a minute video of them. Of course, you know, they could be in bikinis, but it has to be, you know, not risque. We put it up, and then your votes is the dollars that goes to the girls, and that's whoever has the most at the end wins, and they get that money. I mean, that's them kind of doing their thing, and you know, and you can tip them as it goes. What do you think about that? I mean, if you guys are out there, let's hear your comments. Tom, that'd be a way that I could think of, you know, trying to do the social distancing.
Tom already said he wants to be the judge.
You want to judge? Oh, we're always judging. There's Eddie. What's going on, Eddie?
What's
West
up,
Burdett.
Eddie?
What's going on? All these people stepping on today, guys. We appreciate y'all coming up and saying hi. Great answer, Trina. Toby knows. Toby's probably been there. I think he's been to Hewlett before. I think he told me he lived up there.
We stopped in Hewlett whenever we went through.
No, he didn't. He lived up Maine.
Yeah, George.
Lance, good call.
Good call.
Hey,
Yeah,
we gotta
Lance
remember that.
runs the place up in Hewlett, and it's a nice little place. You park right on the street. Everything's kind of like the old saloon type stuff, and it's just before you go into Devil's Tower.
Yep. And then Tom Kowalik, if you don't know, is he's the MC of Quaker Steak and Loop Bike Night, which I've had discussions with Bill if things open up. Bill's birthday is May 6th, 2 days after my birthday, of course, which is better than May 6th. Mine's May 4th. It's the Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. Just saying, you know, I turned a big 4-0 this year, Charlie. Ugh.
Baby.
Ugh, 40. Anyways, he wants to try and do that bike night the May 6th if they do it, where we can do social distancing. So we got to hope and pray that May changes some stuff and we can get that bike night underway, get some social distancing, get some wings. You know, they're still doing to-goes. You guys can still get things, you know, to-goes. They're doing, I think it's $10 a person. You can do feed for 40, you know, For $40, you feed a family of 4 at Quaker Steak and Lube. They got a bunch of good stuff. I stopped by, had a steak, $10 steak for lunch. Sat there on the little stage, nobody was around, and I ate it, and I'm telling you, it was phenomenal. So if you guys are still looking, and you can pick up a Full Throttle magazine from Quaker Steak and Lube, and we're going to make sure that they have plenty of them. So if you get your to-go, you can pick them up from there. Also, I know today is Wednesday, or is Friday, Kickin' Wings, where we do our last Tuesday of the month bike night, has 50-cent wings tonight.
50-cent wings, yep.
And he just posted, he got a big shipment in. I want to say last week, he went through 34 cases of wings.
Yep. And they have a drive-through way to do it, or bring out to the parking lot or something like that. So
Yeah, don't they have the back area? Yeah, you can drive through that back area, and they'll bring it right out to you.
Yep, and you just call them up, and you just kind of make a loop around the building. They set up. And I think Bill has reopened his drive-through window.
Yes, yes.
Is how they're doing it at Quaker.
So again, Quaker, get some wings. Wing House, I heard something different. While you're waiting for your wings to get done, they'll wash your car.
Yep.
I was like, okay, listen, can I sit in my car? No, I'm just kidding. But Wing House is doing free car washes while you're waiting to pick up your food. And then Kickin' Wings has 50-cent wings today. So one thing that WeBeam TV here is doing, and John, if you could help me out with this. I don't know where he ran off to, but they're going to do some business spotlights, a short segment, business spotlights, restaurants that are still open, things that are going on. Super excited being part of everything that's, with WeBeam TV and in the studio here. We got back together a couple months ago, and just, I don't know why we ever quit. I love the show. I love TV. I love live streaming. It gets the word out there. Fridays is right before the good weekend happens. You know, you got everything going on. Certainly super happy to be back with John and WeBeam Studios. And if you want to do a show, he can do that here.
Well, it looks like there's a little mischief afoot here on Facebook. We might have a women's makeover show here because Laura Joseph asked Chris if they can do a makeover show next week because she needs a haircut. And
see, if you're not doing it and you're doing a show about it and you're cutting people's hair that are, I guess that would be, you're not doing it per se. I mean, yeah, if you're not getting paid for it, well, I mean, what is it? The milk, if you get the cow for free? I tell you, T-bone.
I don't know.
What a T.
Why am I out of milk when you get the cow for free? Something like that.
I can tell you how the T-bone steak looks.
So we might have a ladies' day in here next Friday for them while we're doing the show. They're back doing, the makeover stuff.
You'll get up and be like, I need this trimmed up here.
Chris, I need a haircut so bad.
I think in the next couple weeks, I mean, we've been saying this, but the next week or two is going to change a lot of stuff in this world here. We're going to start seeing a lot of changes. We're just going to start seeing a lot of things change and things trying to find our new normal. And I think that's going to be the phrase that we have to look at is, what's the new normal? And that's what we don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what the new normal is. Charlie, you were never normal, so I'm worried about that.
No, it's just life's got to start again. We can't just put life on hold. Me and you talked about it a couple weeks ago. In the morning, the sun's going to rise in the east. It's going to set in the west. Another day gone by. The world's going to keep turning. We just
the world's going to keep kind of spinning. I wouldn't say turning because it's flat. So
yeah. So. And it's
kind of like a dome.
We might actually go to the moon in 2024 this time.
Listen, I'm down with it. Everybody gives me crap. I'm not. Now it's not flat Earth. It's a domed Earth, by the way. I've done some more research on it. It's more of a dome, and the ice wall that keeps all this. Never mind. It's just never mind. That's another story for another time. I just like.
And of course, Tony was born after the moon shot, so he thinks it was all done in the studio, in Hollywood and all that stuff.
And I do not believe the Earth is flat. Okay, but I just love thinking the idea of the perception of it. I love, and when people go, "You're an idiot, you're stupid," well, then you give them some facts, and then they're like, "Well, you're dumb," and I'm like, "Well, it's just fun to tell you that it could be. You don't know. I don't know. I mean, what John Glenn and a couple and about a handful of others are the ones that really do know, and it's not. And then they start giving me crap even more, and I enjoy getting that goat. I don't know why. It's just my fun thing.
Brian said he needs a haircut, not wearing a dress. He needs a haircut, but he's not wearing a dress.
You wear a duck suit. That's funny. Yeah. So, okay, a couple other things. We talked about our online bike show. West Coast, we're going to talk about some things that are coming up. West Coast Florida Riders is still, I believe, planning their anniversary party. Now, I'm not sure. Don't hold me to this. This is things I've read some stuff. They'll probably, if it's, I mean, that's a couple weeks into May. That right there, you see West Coast Florida Riders, May 15th through the 17th, 2-year anniversary party. If anybody from West Coast Florida Riders is on, let me know what your guys' count is at right now. They've been growing pretty heavily. You got Jezebel, you got Chaotic playing, you got Jeff, I can't tell what that says, but Jeff Bordello, or Bordet, I can't tell. And Burdett, so Jeff Burdett playing. West Coast Florida Rider guys, and then, you know, Lee and Chris and the whole crew there. Chris has got his food truck going, Coasty Cooking.
Yep.
And he's, you know, packed. And I'm going to make sure that they have plenty of magazines this month, too. So definitely go down and see them. Fran Hosh, a major sponsor of everything we do. Do you have the Fran Hosh COVID thing with the back cover we can bring up again? I'm not sure if I left him with that. We didn't really talk about that, but you could see it right here until he brings it up. You know, Fran's been all about helping everybody in this, you know, bad economy with everything going on. But how amazing is this woman? She's donating the face masks and putting buttons on them and feeding people and pizzas and just doing everything she possibly can for the community is more than you can ask for anybody, and much less an attorney who is there to help you if you get an accident, right? I mean, Charlie, you know, she steps up every time anybody asks.
Yep.
She's right there for it.
Yep. Well, you know, and she kind of basically sponsored us to get out Sunday and get a little fresh air and some sun, and
that was a good
sunburn
ride.
our
Yeah,
foreheads. And
then you know, we got what else do we have? We were talking about the West Coast Florida Riders. We're planning our Soaked and Sore Ass run. Definitely going to work on our Soaked and Sore Ass run, and that's going to go down to. I changed it. It's not St. Pete to Islamorada, because we were going to start in St. Pete. It's going to be Clearwater to Islamorada.
Okay.
So we're starting at Quaker Steak and Lube, which is Clearwater, and then we're going to go down to Hog Heaven and stay in Islamorada. Now this is June. I think we got a good possibility this could happen, whether we're still social distancing or not. I think we're talking, what, 2 months away? I mean, just over 2 months away, and we're going to do 7-card stop all the way down, 300-plus mile. Bring your rain gear, because it's Florida in the summertime. It's going to rain. It's not Father's Day weekend. It's not something, you know, anything crazy. It's definitely a great time for when this is all over, say June, it starts getting back to normal. Everybody who had to cancel vacation plans or cancel any event they had or is missing something, this is a ride to go to. You get it as a couple for $70. You both get a T-shirt. You both get a patch. You both get a completion certificate at the end. I mean, that's, and what's cool is you make a lot of new friends on this ride.
yes, you do.
Every year, right? Last year we went up in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, we went Panama City the first night, then we went on to New Orleans the next day.
And believe it or not, we had a hell of a group that went to New Orleans.
Yep.
I was pretty surprised how many people went there. And we got to Panama City. They were closed, remember? Or they were closing. We got there so late that Panama City Harley-Davidson was closed or closing. It was yes, that was last year was a difficult ride.
Yes, it was.
I would say it was probably the most difficult one we've done since we started that. Dan would say it was the best one, but that's where Dan got his nickname, so I don't know what to tell you. And then that ride back for them was just I couldn't imagine that ride back, because they started in the rain. Dan's hungover and puking. You know, I was like, oh my goodness. He goes, I didn't think you could fall asleep on a motorcycle.
I know a lot of people liked it, but more people wanted to try to maybe work with the Harley Shop to actually have an event over there instead of a Soaked and Sore Ass. Hey, we're having an event. And I know we kind of worked on it and stuff, but then, you know, things kind of came up. So maybe after everything's said and done, we'll revisit that.
Panama City Beach?
Panama City Beach and New Orleans. Remember, people said, but they said they'd rather more just go straight to New Orleans and. You know, and remember we kind of talked about maybe doing it at the New Orleans Harley, and because they were great folks.
I'll tell you, I've been to New Orleans once in my entire life, but I've only been down to Bourbon Street. I hated it. I mean, I didn't see it during the day. It smelled like piss. It was horrible. But that's Bourbon Street, right?
That's Bourbon Street.
So I didn't get to see the town of New Orleans. I got to see the crappy area where everybody parties and drinks.
Well, maybe if they get football season going back or something, maybe we can do like a trip over. Since I'm a Saints fan, you're a Buccaneers fan, we can do a trip over, see the Bucs and the Saints in the Superdome or something.
Yeah, we can watch the Bucs beat the Saints. Absolutely.
I'll tell you what.
Who dat losing twice is what's going to happen.
Well, it's a pretty good segue. There you go, Tony.
What's that? Oh, that's right. Our new guy, we had the draft, and the draft goes on again tonight.
Yep.
Another good segue. Tristan Wirfs, Wirfs, Wirfs.
Out of Iowa.
From that name is kind of weird, but that's our first draft pick. We actually traded up to get a draft pick with
We flip-flop with the
San Francisco.
49ers, yep.
Which why do that, Charlie, in a draft? Why switch one for the other? Because you know they weren't going for him.
Money, because now the 49ers got their guy, Kinlaw, I believe is his name, from
Yes.
South Carolina. And it saves, that's about a $500 difference in signing bonuses and everything else with that one slot. So it's all about money going on. The Bucs were willing to pay a little bit more money to get the guy they wanted.
He's a beast, too. I mean, the guy is a monster. He's from Iowa. He's an offensive tackle. He's going to be protecting Tom Brady, which you got to know coming in. If you're drafted as an O-line and they just drafted for Brady and traded for Brady, you are going to be on the chopping block. You are going to be looked at, because if you can't protect Tom Brady and give him 3 to 5 seconds to get a pass off, you're not doing your job. And this kid's got a workout ahead of him. But you know what? I think he's ready for it. I like the kid from just seeing a couple videos. He's motivated, young, fast. I want to say he ran a 4.8 40 or a 4.9 40, but real fast for a draft pick. Big Bucs fan, and I'm super happy I get to keep my Bucs plate, because I said if they kept Jameis Winston, I was going to trade my plate back in on my truck and find a new team, because I was not prepared to be a Jameis Winston fan again, or at least even root for him.
Well, and the Buccaneers, they got to step up, because the other three teams are stepping up. I mean, Carolina, they're making whole. I mean, who would ever think Carolina would get rid of their quarterback with
Cam Newton? I can't believe, who is
tell
their
him
quarterback
that-
now?
Teddy Bridgewater from New Orleans Saints signed with
Oh,
him.
okay, I could see that.
So they signed him and stuff like that. But they had a great draft pick in there, and of course New Orleans is still getting people. They're
Charlie,
going to make one more big run for Drew Brees there.
Our division, I don't care what anybody says, is one of the toughest damn divisions to be in. Who's in our division? I know we have the
got it.
Saints,
In Atlanta,
Carolina, Atlanta, and who else? Is that it?
And Carolina.
Yeah, that's one of the toughest
Carolina
divisions.
went out and got Derek Brown, who is a beast from Auburn, a defensive tackle. I mean, he.
Hey, where were the first three? What was it? What was the first three draft picks had something in common, Charlie?
They were all from Ohio.
OH, baby, that's what I'm talking about.
They all had ties to Ohio. See, in the Atlanta Falcons, they got a cornerback with A.J. Terrell. I mean, these teams are stepping in there, and it's going to be fun watching that NFC South this year.
And then my dad texted me last night when we were watching the draft. He said something like almost all the top picks were out of the SEC. I mean, almost all top picks came out of the SEC. So, I mean, it just shows.
Seems funny seeing Las Vegas Raiders.
I know, it's awesome.
And Los Angeles Chargers. They kept showing the LAC, and I'm like, all right, the Clippers are in here going to get a draft pick.
The Raiders.
And then the Saints, he got
Cesar Ruiz?
Yeah, from Michigan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And he's a center, so.
So they're all going to, well, you got to protect Breeze. I mean, a stiff wind will knock him over, break a hip. I mean, him and Brady, let's face it, him and Brady need the most protection there is. And I almost talk bad about the Bucs too.
I think
Brady's 43 years old.
And I think the surprise pick of the night was number 26, Green Bay Packers taking Jordan Love, quarterback out of Utah State. How big a message does that send to Aaron Rodgers?
Wow, they took a quarterback?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Boy, you better. How are you if you're Aaron Rodgers knowing that they took a quarterback in a draft?
Well, now Aaron knows how Brett Favre felt whenever they took him back in 2005.
Yeah, everybody's got to start somewhere. Brady sat behind Bledsoe. Was it Bledsoe? Or
Yep.
Yeah, for a season.
So I think that was probably the surprise pick.
You're not going to watch the other rounds, are you, or do you care?
Off and on, flip through, and they got the creeper on, so you'll sneak through and.
Yeah, I'll probably just catch up on it. I love sports. I'm super excited. I hope football happens again. That's August. That's when camp starts. I'm sure they're going to by August we'll have something together. But I definitely want to be there when Brady takes that first snap. If I can get a ticket, I would love to be there when Brady takes that first snap as a Buccaneer quarterback, and he throws it to Gronkowski, and then they pitch it back to Edelman, and then you have White run it in for a touch. No, I'm just kidding. That's all the Patriot team.
And then the last pick of the first round is one I was really happy with. When Kansas City took a young man from LSU, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And the story behind that young man, look it up. There's a reason he hyphens his name with Edwards and Helaire. kind of beat all the odds there, really came out, got his education at LSU, and it's great to see him getting rewarded with it. We're going.
So you had a first and last pick of the first round.
Yeah,
huh?
LSU had 5, and I think LSU had 5, and I think Alabama had 5. So like you said, the SEC they really hit those two teams up.
Ohio State had to have. They had 3 in the first. Well, I don't know. Do you call? I mean, what do you call Joe Burrows?
Well, he's from Ohio. I mean, that's his home state. He wanted to play for Ohio State, and not the coach they have now, but the coach they had before, the one was at Florida, didn't think he was good enough. So he wanted to transfer to Nebraska, and the new Nebraska coach didn't think he was good enough.
So Joe Burrows played for
Ohio State.
No,
and
LSU, right?
Yep.
Well, and what's their mascot?
The Tigers.
Now he went to
the Bengals. Yeah,
and that is
he went from the Bayou Bengals.
So they're saying he's the real Joe Exotic. The Joe,
Yep.
he's the real Tiger King, Joe Exotic.
The Raiders took an Ohio State cornerback.
Yep. OH, baby, that's all I got to say.
So,
hey, let's see the comments, see what people are saying here. Sorry, it was all football there.
It's that time of season, though.
It
folks,
is that time.
Of course, football season, when you get the draft, the draft things kind of start slowing down as far as your Florida events, but remember this time of year, usually it started picking up for Laconia and...
I don't think it was last year.
And all those...
Where do we usually watch the draft from?
Did we go to Wing House in
Leesburg, baby.
Leesburg,
That's what's supposed to be going on right now.
Yep.
Leesburg Bike Fest. In fact, as we speak, Full Throttle should be having our ride-in bike show at Leesburg Bike Fest, which maybe is a sign because of storm. And we would have been bad. So the storm that's here right now probably wouldn't have been good anyway. It would have been hitting them right about now. So hey, you got to look at the we dodged the storm.
Toby said Winston is still a Buck because the Bucks deserve him.
John Gaston just posted on there, and that was where I was going to next. A business card ad for $40. If we could bring that up right now, we're putting together the May issue for Full Throttle magazine, and I say we. I mean, right now we're getting things together. Thank you, John, for that post on there. Right now, I've heavily decreased our prices. Thank you, sir, on our ads because it's going to be a few thousand printed magazines, not as many as we've done, but very heavily advertise online. I'm definitely going to push this more than you've ever seen before.
See what Brian put?
What did Brian put?
Full Throttle on Bourbon Street. Cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, Brian.
Cool.
That was neat.
Brian, we need to have like a Fran Haas sponsored ride just to New Orleans. Not just go to New Orleans for a weekend. Find somewhere we can get and have at it. New Orleans is a great city to go to.
Winston is still a Buck to me. The Bucks deserve him. You know what? The Patriots deserve him. Let's send him up that way. Send Winston up to go be a Patriots quarterback. Anyways,
send him to
I'm sorry, you can bring that back up. We went on
send
a
him
different
to Cleveland.
Tangent. So our full page ads right now are $300. With the full page ad, we will post 2 individual posts for you on our Facebook page with links and all that. Half page is $150. This is significantly less than what we've done before, Charlie. I would say that's half, right?
Half price.
We went half on everything across the board, and literally. I know Charlie's sitting here with me, and I hate saying this, but it's me running the show right now because I've had to furlough everybody because we don't have the funds in, So what we're trying to do is get the magazine printed, with just myself right now, get that out there. Got quarter-page ads, business cards, and somebody suggested doing a cool thing with a business card. So bring up Simon's business card. They said, "Can we do a I support Full Throttle magazine business card?" And I said, that's kind of a cool idea. And then other people on Facebook jumped right on it. And I must have had 4 or 5 hit me up right away. And, so Simon goes, "Hey, use this picture and say, I support Full Throttle magazine." And he bought a $40 business card. And I was floored by this. And then there's another one that the first guy came up with. He's like, "I support Full Throttle magazine, COVID-19, 2020.
Yep.
And I said, God, that you got to think that somebody wants to go out of their way to spend $40 with you to help you survive in this world where they're probably hurting for money too. Let's face it. Everybody's hurting for something and they're hurting for money. And they want to go out of their way and put a business card ad in a book and spend $40 to help us survive. That's humbling, man. I don't even know if that's the right word to say. It's amazing. It's inspiring, humbling. I don't know what to say about it.
It's and again, it kind of all starts at Fran and goes down the line there. She immediately jumped in. Tony, what do we got to do to get a book out? Things like that. Because remember, me and you was talking about maybe not doing a print book, just we're going to do online and everything else. And she jumped in and said, no, let's work with everybody, try to get, so we put together a print book, and, you know, and now everybody else, like, you know, let's do a business card ad. You had a few others say, hey, you know, let's do some ads. And
I've had a lot of people step up and say that they're here to help, and, you know, anything they can do, let's just put an ad in the book, you know, let's spend some money. And it's great. I appreciate it. I just want to take this second to say thank you to everybody who is advertising, who spends their hard-earned cash with us, who does everything with us. You know, you do business, you take it for granted sometimes, and you just kind of keep doing business until you realize that people are doing business with you because it's you know, what you do back for them. And, you know, I've always been the guy to give too much and receive too little. That's always been me. I've always been you know, I'll do everything I can for every charity. Every you know, if I have $100, I must give 10 to charity, 20 to charity, just because that's, you know, the others got to pay bills. That's what you do in life. That's it. And I see the return on it right now, and that's my 2 seconds of saying thank you to everybody that's stepped up and done anything for us. I really appreciate it. And again, our deadline is Tuesday. This Tuesday, 28th. We have some great ad prices. Hit me up. My number's on there. My email is right at the bottom, 727-919-1743, or my email, tonyc@floridafullthrottle.com. Hit me up. We'll get something together. I'm going to be in the office all day today, working on a magazine, getting that together. And again, all full pages will get two individual posts on our Facebook page promoting your business specials or upcoming events in May.
Yeah, probably Monday I'll sneak in and bug you a little bit. We get it done because we get it all put together like we did this one. Remember, we took a day and just kind of made it happen and look through things. If you got an event coming up, you know, now, you know, and we want to help charities every way we can, but, you know, we take our price out of it, but unfortunately, like the printer don't take their price and stuff like that. So if you got a charity event coming up and somebody wants to step up and say, hey, Tony, how much would it be to do this ad to cover your costs? You know, give me or Tony a call, you know, and that's all we're asking, just on something like that.
Events are coming back. Events are going to happen. You know, I see things in May that are already kind of trying to get planned and happening. June for sure. July is going to be full bore again, I think. And you know what? So if you got something that you want to advertise, let us know. We're here to help. Let's Rob, can we play? Let's get that Attorney Fran Hosh video. We got a commercial that I want to play for Attorney Fran Hosh. If you guys need a great attorney, definitely call Fran 866 Law Fran or lawfran.com. We're going to play a quick commercial. We'll be right back, everybody.
I decided to pursue a career in law because it gives me an opportunity to help people. I enjoy being a passionate advocate for my clients, and I'm so grateful that being a lawyer also allows me to make a positive impact on our community. When a client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with a huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
Having been through a serious accident myself, I understand how instantly isolated someone can feel during the immediate aftermath. We try to shed light on a client's situation so that they don't feel so isolated, knowing that they have us on their side, working towards a resolution on their behalf. That's where we come in, and that's what the firm did for me as well. We fight to set clients on the right track so that they can try to get back to the life they had prior to the accident.
A fellow was texting and driving and came across the line and hit me head on. Just a horrific accident. I literally thought I was going to die. You know, I've dealt with thousands of wrecks in my life being on the fire department and never thought I would be in that situation. Fran is a big sponsor of a lot of the restaurant events for bikers and things like that. So I knew that she had a lot of experience in wrecks and things. So she was the first one I thought of to call. She's a bulldog. They found out things that I didn't think were possible to find out. When you're laying in a hospital bed and you're hurting, I understand it. It's scary, but if you have Fran Hosh on your side, it should alleviate a lot of your worries. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
They have their own lives to take care of, whether it's family, a job, or all the above. We endeavor to shield clients from the stressors of an injury claim so that they can try to focus on what is truly important.
The culture of this firm is based on charity, compassion, and I like to surround myself with team members that are going to treat a client like they're part of our family. Community is number one to me. We do a food drive every year. If it's a cancer benefit, a food benefit, something for the animals, something for veterans, we love to be involved in that. The bikers are such a charitable group of people, and they have the biggest hearts. I love being part of that community. This can be devastating to have an accident, and it's just a priority of mine to make sure they get the best medical care possible to make a full recovery.
That's a great video with Attorney Fran Hosh, definitely showing what they can do. You know, they do cars, bikes, everything. So you need an attorney if a car accident, motorcycle accident, 866-LAW-FRAN or lawfran.com. Definitely they'll take care of you. We're reading some of the comments and everything. I like the idea about the bikini contest, the online bikini contest. It's just going to take a lot of work. The girls have to make a video, you know, then they got to make a post. That's going to be difficult at best, but I think we can give it a shot. Let's see what happens in May.
Yep.
We may bring back a regular bikini contest if things happen in May, right? You know, hopefully. But there's Brenda. Watch this. OH. I'll get her to see can do the IO.
Yeah, Brenda, you got to do the IO there.
Oh yeah, she's definitely gonna do the IO. Let's see what everything else is talking about. Yeah, just seeing the comments. We got 21 people watching right now.
Yeah.
And again, we're getting ready to put this May issue together. I can design an ad too, by the way, for you. If you have just you know, pictures and text and you want it, I'll make it look good. You guys let us know. That's free design for the ads in the magazine. I'll design it for you. All you gotta do is get me a picture, logo, text you want, and I'll make it happen. Put it all together. So. Charlie, what else? Where else are we at? I mean, we've talked football, we've talked motorcycling, we've talked flat Earth. I mean, I'm just kidding.
Yep. Just summer's here, and people are going to want to start getting back out. You know, make sure you wear your mask and things like that. Follow the direction signs in the Walmart. Of course, everything's one-way streets there. Yep. So
yeah, I got yelled at. I went to Publix and I went down the wrong aisle, and I heard the phrase. Please go down the correct aisles the direct way. I'm like, you son. I went. Then I did it on purpose. I kept going up and down the wrong way, and I'm like, they were looking at me, and I said, I'm gonna go down whatever way I want. Doesn't the COVID only knows one way? You know,
COVID only knows one way out. You know, we want everybody to take care of themselves, and because we're ready to get this over with. We're ready to get back out to the beaches. We're ready to get back out to bike nights. We're ready to see concerts coming back. You know. Yeah,
I'm ready.
Georgia Boy's just ready to go to Harley dealers. Well, see, he's got all his parts and stuff, and now he's ready to do. What are you doing at Phase 27 or something on your bike?
Stage one.
Stage one.
I know and you know what? Right now, the dealerships are doing a lot of good stuff with you buy a bike, they're deferring payments for 3 months or 4 months or 5 months, and even car dealerships are doing that. I saw, what is it, Ford? You buy it, if you lease it, that you don't have a payment for 3 months. I know they're just tacking it on to the end of it, but hey, in the tough times, that's not bad. You get a 3-month hiatus to make that car or truck payment.
I think Georgia Boy's got like an F-16 jet engine or something he's putting on his trike or something like that.
You know, all this talk about wings earlier. Now I'm sitting here thinking to myself, man, I want some wings.
But when we're done with this show,
I was going to say, ready? Look at what they're eating.
We're heading to get crawfish because they finally got crawfish down to Florida. So Dana got with some folks, and we're going to go pick it up there at Boiling, and all we got to do is do the drive-through. Where's it at?
Rick's on the river.
Rick's on the river. So
a little bit of mud bugging, huh? Is that what you're excited for? That I know Charlie. He's already salivating over here when all you got to hear is mud bugs, and he's like, "Ooh, wait, are we doing a crawfish boil?"
So we're gonna do a bunch of that, and of course we're glad to get Georgia Boy out. You know, he's been taking care of himself, and finally caught him and said, "Hey, get out of the house for a little while." He's actually cleaned his house now. We brought a whole truckload of stuff and throw it away. He's actually found his couch.
That beard, though, man, boy, his face grows way faster than mine. I can't believe.
He needs a haircut too.
I can't believe
Chris,
that.
if you're still listening,
I'm working this 5 o'clock shadow into a beard. Maybe next year I might have a beard again. Who knows?
Oh, the pictures from Facebook when we took him, his beard got loose from its leash, so it was just flapping everywhere.
I still think Dan should have kept the Fu Manchu he had when he cut it. He put that picture up.
Yep.
I'm telling you, that was good. That was like. He looked different, I kept saying, like an old Western gunslinger. Like if he wore a duster and a cowboy hat, boy, Or a bank robber, yeah, even at that, or a bank robber. You just saw him and you're like, ooh, I ain't messing with that guy. You know what I mean? You saw him and you're like, I'm not going to go near him.
But I was glad to see people out on bikes. We saw a lot of folks out riding their bikes, people being out. Folks, it's not going to kill you to be out a little. Do your social distancing and all that, you know.
The weekends, Saturdays and
Yep.
Sundays, boy, are there bikes out, you
Yep.
know? That's for
So-
sure. And somebody who was a Dan said it's gotten back to real biking. Get on a bike and ride. No destination, just go. You
Yep.
know?
Yeah, go out, even if you just make a big block or around and end up back home. Get out a little bit, get a little fresh air, get going. And that's the first steps we need to do is just to get back out in the world. Then, start gathering at bike nights, things like that, and just have a little fun. Maybe the first bike night will be back at Quaker. Who knows?
I'm hoping we're fingers are crossed. May 6th we can do a bike night and keep some social distancing. It's going to be tough. Again, like I've said before, you open these floodgates, it's going to be tough to stop it. You know what I mean? So we just got to get back out there, protect yourself, wash your hands, wear masks, wear gloves, do whatever you got to do to make yourself feel safe. Yeah, don't go licking Walmart doorknobs here, all right? Because that's
Yeah,
first way to get sick.
No licking doorknobs or no licking ice cream and putting it back in the freezer or anything like that at the stores.
So be safe, be smart, do the right thing, everybody. We're just buttoning up here. We got 20 seconds left. If you want to get an ad in the magazine, contact us through Facebook or email, cell phone number. Charlie, Will, and I will be in there Monday and Tuesday, probably getting it together.
Don't forget about the virtual ride-in bike show that we're finishing up. Yep, go vote
for the virtual ride-in bike show. Go on our Facebook page, look at each class, like one, and the winner with the most likes is going to win. Say bye, Charlie.
Goodbye, Charlie.
Bye, Charlie.